Good morning, everyone, on yet another glorious day. Still drizzly outside, but hey, every day is glorious. So I'm going to use my mystical manga cards today, which means that I have a semi-political or fully political reading on the agenda. So what I want to cover today now. I will claim full ignorance in what Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, etc., involves, is, how it works. I have absolutely no real idea, and I have absolutely no real interest. But what caught my attention on the news the other day is that El Salvador, the government in El Salvador, has announced that they will be building what is called a Bitcoin city. I'm like, how do you build a Bitcoin city? Bitcoin, from what I gather, is not actually a physical item. It is a form of currency, almost like bartering of the old days, where you trade in the ether, basically. It also has rather dodgy registration of how you register what you actually own, from what I understand. So please correct me if I'm completely wrong. It's just one of those things I don't really get my head around. But what they've done is El Salvador have announced that they're going to be funding and building a Bitcoin city to where Bitcoin itself will be considered legal tender. At the moment, there is no country in the world where it is actually physical country in the world where it is considered a country's currency. But El Salvador are planning on changing that, so they're going to have it as legal tender within their country to attract foreign investment to the city, where the only tax payable will be a value-added tax, or GST, goods and services tax as we call it in Australia, where you pay a tax on your purchases. So there'd be no income tax, no property tax, no unseen taxes. It would be literally, I don't know what percentage they're putting on, but at the moment goods and services tax in Australia is 10%. So if you buy goods with a base value of $100, you pay $110. And I believe New Zealand has something similar and the UK has something similar. So value-added tax. Now they want to run this city on thermal energy, so they are building it at the base of a volcano, an active volcano, but not dangerously active. It's just thermal vents, etc. Now there is concern worldwide that this sort of venture will attract criminal activity, because there'll be no records of income and expenditure. There'll be no overseeing of investments. So basically, it is somewhere they're hoping to attract foreign investment, with Bitcoin being the legal tender. So, using my very sparse knowledge, which I do like because it means I don't influence what the cards are trying to tell me and what my spirits are trying to tell me, I just want to ask a little bit about this venture. So, first question for the naive of me: what is Bitcoin? Now, in all honesty, at the end of the day, currency is just a physical means of an IOU. Dollars, cents, checks, bank accounts, all they are is a physical record of an IOU. However, in all countries of the world, the legal tender in that country is backed by the government. To a certain degree. They do have, exceptions in certain crisis situations, but the currency, oh, excuse me for a second, I'm just gonna got my clothes hanging out there a little bit. That's very untidy of me. The legal tender of a country is backed by the government of that country. Now, Bitcoin is not backed by any government. It has no... If I say, oh gosh, I've got a flying around in here, must be nearly summer. There is no government protection of the currency. There is no means to stabilise the currency other than the actual trading that goes on. So with a normal currency, if the government keeps monies in returns, or they have the ability to print monies to keep the value of their legal tender fairly stable on the world market. Bitcoin, as you would have seen, can rise and fall by many thousands of dollars per Bitcoin within days, depending on the mood of the investors in the cryptocurrency. So I just want to quickly Meister 4 cards, a signifier and 3 clarifiers, please. Oh, he's throwing them out at me. Okay. Bitcoin is all about choices. Now, as you can see, these are pie in the sky choices. They're not actually sitting on anything. They're not supported by anything. They're all up in the cloud. You've got a nerdy looking, well-to-do entrepreneur sitting there surrounded by the choices with his bitcoins. You can see there's jewels and there's property and there's mystical creatures and all sorts of bits and pieces. So that really sums up Bitcoin, in that it lives in the imagination, not based in reality grounding. I hope that makes sense for someone who's in... However, this is a new start in regards to a monetary system. And it will remain as part of the monetary system. This is inner strength and taking control, but I think sort of we do have to embrace the future. This is a currency that is of the future, of the now, but it will stabilise into the future. And then you've got the King of Wands, who is it is a visionary figure and empowering. So I will, in a lot of ways, stand corrected and reaping what you sow. So this is what Bitcoin is. It is an illusional currency, but it is a new form of currency that has a solid foundation and is visionary. Okay. Not my cup of tea, but only that's because I don't understand it. And I think if you don't understand it, it is not a wise investment. But it is. Looks like it's here to stay. So I'm going to quickly ask. I'll do a abbreviated Celtic cross on this particular El Salvador city. I don't know if it's got a name yet. Very possibly has. They have planned it, airports, shopping malls, it's all planned and ready to go. So I'll just do, tell me how will this, my only concern is, and I'm getting this quite strongly, my only concern, or I'm being told that the only concern is it too early? Is the world ready? Are we in the right space for this city? But tell me, please, how will How will El Salvador's Bitcoin city go? How will El Salvador's Bitcoin city? Tell me about El Salvador's Bitcoin city. Will it be a success? Will it be a failure? Will it be a icon of what is possible, or will it go down in flames? Please tell me about El Salvador's Bitcoin city. Please tell me about El Salvador's Bitcoin city. Tell me about El Salvador's. Oh. Okay, it's a dream. The sun. Okay, didn't see that coming, but I'll just do the full cross. Tell me about El Salvador's Bitcoin city. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, it's about the breaking down and rebuilding of old structures and old ways of doing things, crossed by, well, the giving and receiving of money. Can also be help, but I suspect in this. So it's a breaking down of the old way of giving and receiving money. Base of the pack, you've got victory with the plan. In the past, justice. Now, justice has several meanings, not just justice itself, but this is about consequences and integrity. So this is about the integrity of Bitcoin, or the integrity of El Salvador. However, as some had suspected, it will potentially be a hive of criminal activity, hiding monies, but it is, again, the Ace of Coins have come up, it's the new way of doing things, and High Priestess, which is, she has some secrets to reveal, but she's also talks about intuition. And she's got this writing on the scroll, but she's not about governments at all. She's about the spiritual, which also means the ether. Now, if we have a look at this, we've actually got the Tower, Justice, the Moon, and the High Priestess. So out of the 7 cards, we've got 4 major arcana, which are telling me that this is to be taken notice of. This Bitcoin city will set the way of the future. Base of the pact is starting out on a new journey with trust and courage, walking away from what is not serving you, but also towards a new beginning. And then you've got prosperity and abundance, and then judgment, which is an inevitable occurrence. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So that's actually led me on to and then we've got again the entrepreneur with the pie in the sky choices. But that leads me on to the next question. So I've actually got 2 more questions now after what was going to finish there, but there's 2 questions. Okay, which one first? Will cryptocurrency, because the thing is Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency, so whether Bitcoin it's the first, and it is the most well-known, and it is the leader at the moment, but I'm just going to ask, at the moment, the world is, the World Bank, the World Monetary System is based around comparable to the US dollar. So the US dollar is the set baseline around which all other currencies in the world operate. China, I know, has been wanting their currency, the yen, can't think of what it's called, the Chinese currency anyhow. They are wanting their currency to become the central currency, central trading currency. But I'm just wanting to ask, looking at that reading we just did, will cryptocurrency become the new world central currency? So now I'm not going to say Bitcoin because there are many cryptocurrencies, and you know, at some stage in the future another one can come to the fore, but will a cryptocurrency replace the US dollar as the central monetary system? Will cryptocurrency replace the US dollar? Oh, flinging out at me. What have we got there? So they're both pentacles. So the US are going to desperately try and hold on, but there is work being done. So I'll keep shuffling that. Will cryptocurrency replace the US dollar as the monetary trading currency? Will cryptocurrency replace the US dollar? Okay, very quickly, signifier. Okay, there will be loss. Wondering if this is the US dollar. I'm seeing the red spilt. Oh, this guy's turned up again. This is going to be my card going into the future for cryptocurrencies. The magician manifesting something into reality. The devil. Okay. So he is about addiction, greed, avarice, temptation, vice, inauthenticity, difficult choices to be made, and riding into battle. Don't know if I asked that question in the correct manner because of the... And then the Knight of Wands, who is a spontaneous risk taker, moving forward. I'm getting that I don't have a timeline. I mean, this is not going to happen overnight, obviously, but I am getting a yes, and the US is not going to like it because they've basically been the monetary system for the last 100 and whatever years that every other currency has traded themselves against, so they will no longer be the central system, and they're not going to like it. So my last question is, will this Bitcoin city become a hive of criminal activity? Will this Bitcoin city in El Salvador be a criminal haven? Will this Bitcoin city, it's a big risk they're taking, become a criminal haven? We're talking about drug cartels, weapons trading, virus development, all sorts of nasty little bits and pieces that go on in the gangsters, mobsters on a global scale. But staying positive, putting the positive vibes out there so I don't influence it, will the El Salvador Bitcoin city become a hive? This is living in the life of luxury. Become a hive of criminal activity. Intergenerational money. So put those cards back. They flipped out upside down. But that's telling me it will be a place of luxury where wealth is stored. But let's have a look. Will this El Salvador Bitcoin city at the base of the volcano become a haven for criminal wealth. Will this Bitcoin City? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Oh, throwing it out at me. Walking away from what's not serving you. I'll just do one more set of shuffles. Now what I'm getting quite strongly is that, and I'll read on this later, the Build Back Better legislation that the Biden government is trying to get through at the moment, where they plan on taxing corporations 15% on their income, I think it is, rather than net profit, to try and mitigate monies being sent offshore to places like this. Okay, will it become a crime, a hive of criminal activity, the sword of truth, the sword of justice? I think pretty much a yes. The hermit, where they can operate in isolation. This is also investigation. This is investigation and investigation. So, King of Cups, he's a diplomatic figure, an authority figure of diplomatic means, and living the life of luxury. Wealthy individual. Again, the Ten of Pentacles has popped up, which is the accumulation of monies. Base of the pack is dark money, difficult decisions, contracts, relationships being formed. Yeah, I think that's as far as it goes for that. So it will be watched. It will be watched closely. It will, and there will be investigations. But what's happening is it's an isolated area. That they will be protected. The dark money will be protected to lead to a very luxurious lifestyle. So, okay, that'll be one to watch. So at this stage, I was thinking, oh gosh, it's going to be a flop. But at this stage, no, I don't see it a flop. But I do see it being attractive to those of dubious means who have something that have monies that they want to hold on to and hide. But it will be, because there are no taxes other than a goods and services or value-added tax, it will be very attractive to foreign investment or for people to move there. The legal tender will be Bitcoin. And I do see at some stage in the future a cryptocurrency becoming the basis for the world monetary trading system. Okay, thank you for joining me today. That was very insightful, and it'll be an interesting space to watch. Okay, stay safe, take care, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.